3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever we want, baby. And today we got Gina.
Hi.
Hey, do you have a new tattoo or something?
I do.
You got a new tattoo?
New hair.
And new hair.
The hair.
You got a new tattoo and a new haircut?
I got a new tattoo. And I got a new hair.
And you got a new job. You're a mop.
This one. I'm a mop?
Because you're mopping your floors with your whole body.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, she could mop her floors with her hair, I think is the...
No, I commented on your picture. You're doing the model pose. And her new occupation is she's a mop.
What does your tattoo say?
For those I love, I will sacrifice. And it's my stepmom's handwriting and my little...
Is it written in Vietnamese?
No.
Okay.
And then my stepsister drew the heart at the end.
That shit is very straight.
Thanks. And then I got, don't show the toes for free.
Yeah, don't show them, girl.
Why not the
Is that
toes?
a snake?
I got
Oh, but that doesn't do it justice. You should see it up close. It's really pretty.
We match, but your snake is way better than mine. We have it on the same area.
Yeah, you got a big snake, I got a baby snake.
Yeah, my snake, I did it myself.
I love it.
What kind of snake is that?
His looks like a python. Mine,
I don't know.
yeah, a red tail.
Oh.
Wait, a red tail boa. It looks like a boa. This one's just a little baby snake.
Is it a coral snake?
I don't know.
It's got coral snake patterns.
It's a small
You
baby.
guys would want to get technical about the fucking snake.
Does it mean anything?
Yeah,
So do you like snakes?
I love snakes. It's my favorite.
She used to own a snake. A couple.
No, I know.
Can I guess what it means?
Oh.
Smart. Knowledge.
I don't know. It's just a snake. But then
You're a duplicitous and two-faced person.
No, that's I'm two-faced. I'm a terrible
The
person.
serpent.
I wanted to make sure everyone knew I was a terrible person.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, when I kick him in the face. But I got my sister's name on it. I got my favorite flowers on it. And then I got stars and constellations and the Leo constellation and a moon.
Are you Leo?
Oh, damn, that's so cool.
You don't know she's a Leo chick, dude?
No.
Did you go to her birthday?
You should have known from that.
That's some Leo shit, dude.
I
According to
don't
my
know
knowledge.
anything about the horoscopes.
Wait, what does Leo have to do with big parties and stuff?
Leos love themselves, basically, is the whole thing.
Yeah, we're very out there.
They need to be celebrated.
Yeah. Oh. And then I have a little star at the front of the nose. It's the first thing my dad ever taught me how to draw. So when I was a kid, I
cool.
spammed it everywhere. Yeah.
That's a lot of sentimental value.
How come you got a lot of different tattoos at once?
Huh?
How come you got all those tattoos at once?
I got 2.
Is it all on the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, she's just describing what's on the snake itself.
On the
All
spine.
the little things are on the snake.
All the
Yeah.
meanings and
Hold on, there's things on the snake? Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
Let's revisit this, Joe.
So my sister.
Was the tattoo guy wearing a mask?
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a
To
bracelet.
woman.
It's like jewelry. Like on the snake there's things. And it's really, really small.
It's really small.
Small.
So I went to a tattoo shop that I've been wanting to go to for like 12 years now.
Where's it?
My tattoo in Alhambra.
I know him.
Jess,
Did
yeah.
you get it from him?
No, so Jess, I would never bother him with a small tattoo.
Oh.
But we became friends, and then so he had like.
He did this when I was underage.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Don't say that.
Underage?
That's a
I'm
good
just
plug.
I'm just joking. I had to add the joke.
But he had like his top person do it for me. It was really cool. So
Man?
Lucy,
Oh, the girl.
girl, yeah.
Yeah.
And then so
You know, I almost worked there.
really, he's crazy though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he liked me. You know why?
Because you're crazy?
Because you're overage?
No, yeah. 'Cause I used to go there, and he just let me draw all the time. Because I was like, yeah, I'm serious. I want this tattoo. Because he wouldn't tattoo me. And then I was just like, I want to just hang out here on the shop, and then I'm going to practice tattooing. And after a month, he's like, all right, I think you're serious. And he gave me this tattoo. And I was like, all right, I want to learn. And then he would talk shit to all of his like guys, but then me, he would just want to talk about Japan, like all the time, and then tattoos. And then afterwards, he says I have to quit selling weed if I want to work at the shop and be there.
Trying to straighten you out.
And I said, fuck that, I'm selling weed, man. Fuck that. You can't tell me to stop selling weed. And then I ran away.
He ran away. You didn't even need to run away. He's just like, all right, you can just
No,
walk out.
Dad, I'm gonna keep selling weed. Fuck you and your tattoo shop.
I got ashamed because I was like, I can't stop selling weed. Ah!
But it was cool. I got to go to the. So what happened was a few years ago, I helped him promote his show in Japan, and then we became friends on Instagram. And then recently I hit him up. I was like, hey, I want to get a tattoo done. Do you have anyone available? He's like, yeah, just choose whoever you want.
How cool.
Yeah.
You know everyone.
I have been in love with this shop for so long.
There was only like 2 shops out here that were good though.
Yeah.
It was this. I forgot the other one.
That's quite the plug as well. Yeah, it's really good business.
So they took me in at
But
night.
he's not around anymore.
Is he not?
Master Mike? I think he is. Ink Fiend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I think Ink Fiend's still around.
The plug came around.
Yeah.
But they gave me like the VIP room at night. So they're like, yeah, just come around anytime at night. And then I went up there and there's just like this big dude standing there with shirtless, like with tattoos. I'm like, this is my kind of place. And then there was Lucy, who was like really amazing. And then we tattooed until like 1 a.m. And it was really pretty. And I'm so happy about it.
Is it the same shop on Garfield?
Yeah.
Oh man, memories.
And when I got there, they had like, they were doing like they said, let us know when you're outside, we'll walk you in. But when I got there, they're like, oh, give me a second. 'Cause they had like they were doing like a Buddhist ritual, like a cleansing ritual.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, if I'm about to join a cult right now, I'm okay with it. I like it here.
Shit.
Maybe they were cleaning it out so then you can get a good tattoo.
Possibly. It was dope though.
Maybe they're blessing the COVID away.
God, I would love that.
You know the story behind Mike? So when I was there, Jess had 2 guys working there.
One of them was Mike, right?
Yeah. And then there was another dude, a Mexican dude named Indio, and he was really, really good at the Chicano style tattoo stuff. And then like when I went back, they were gone.
Indio means Indian in Spanish.
Oh really? Maybe that's a nickname.
Maybe they call them the Indian.
But you know how like when people say, "Oh, that's bad," like it's cool, right? So he was looking at my tattoo and he goes, "Man, that's bad, Jess." And I was like, "It is. What's wrong with it?" And he goes, "No, it's cool." And I was like, "Oh, thank God." That's the worst thing to say when someone's getting tattooed.
What does it mean?
It's my last name.
Oh, okay. That one thing is a whole entire last name.
I like he was disappointed that there's no
He shrugged too. Like,
last
name.
name. I know it looks sick, but yeah.
You know, and there's a stupid reason why, because I didn't know how to write it, and I had to ask my mom like 10 times to like write it over and over because I can't remember. And I was like, fuck this shit, dude. I'm just gonna get a tattoo of it. It's not even my last name. And get this, I fucked myself.
Wait, that's not your last name?
It is now.
Wait, what?
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
You didn't use Google Translate like I did you?
You guys fucked up on. How have you guys fucked up tattoos so
here
hard?
is the thing, right? All right. Okay, so
you guys are fucking soulmates, I swear. I'm like jealous of your guys' love.
Hey, at least mine's not my last name that got fucked up.
Connected by stupidity, dude. Bonded.
when you hear this story, you're gonna realize what a dumbass I am. But I like my last name, right?
Okay.
So here's the thing. My last name is Moma. That was my original one, my father's name, right? And I was like, I don't want to keep it anymore because he left. So I'm gonna legally change my name, but also maybe I'll set it in stone and like get a tattoo of my
Wait,
mom's
your
last
name
name.
would have been Joe Moma?
It was Joe Mama. Yes. That's why people call me Joe Mama.
Pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah. And it was spelled.
You got rid of that?
I know, right? I should have kept it.
You were born a fucking punchline and you got rid of
If
it?
my dad stick around, that would have been so fucking good.
Biggest comedian name of all time, Joe Mama.
And it was spelled like Mama too.
2 M's in the middle.
Your dad knew exactly what he was doing when they named you. I'm gonna fuck this kid up the moment
I
he's
hate
born.
you from the moment you're born.
I hate your mama from the moment. Oh my god.
He's like, and I'll prove it.
And the calligraphy actually looks dope.
Yeah.
Like that name, when you write it out, it looks way sicker than this.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to keep it, right? So I asked my grandma, like, so my mom's maiden name, I assumed it was my grandma's last name, which is Jitsukawa, right? And I was like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna get that name. And they're like, I don't think you should get that. And then I was like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna get it. I didn't know that they were telling me not to get it because it wasn't her last name.
Well, I mean, when they go, I don't think you should, it sounds like they're giving you an opinion.
Well, they also didn't want me to get a tattoo, period. So it was mixed with them saying don't get a tattoo at all. So it was like, I was confused. I was just like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna get this tattoo anyway. I got it, right? And then a couple years ago, when I was doing my family history
Tell your
thing,
kid like,
Don't
get Diesel. Don't get Diesel. And they're like, fuck, I'm gonna get Diesel. And they're like, no, Diesel isn't really my last name.
And then you And then you didn't ask him why. Like, why shouldn't I get Diesel?
Well, because also my grandma used her last name Jitsukawa. So I thought it was her last name. Come to find out, that lazy bitch never changed it to her maiden name. So it's still my family, right? So my grandpa and her had a divorce. Jitsukawa is my grandpa's last name. Her real last name, the prestigious family, which were like executives to Toshiba and all that, it's Ito. So that's what I wanted to honor is her last name, right? But he's still my grandpa, and my mom was like, yeah, he's still my
That
father.
sounds tight.
Ito's much sicker, though. Ito's much sicker.
It's more common.
Think about Judge Ito, man.
It's
During
more
OJ,
common,
that's a
right.
famous name.
And James? James Ito?
My intention was to honor her because she actually raised me, right? But I ended up where I'm like, why the fuck did you even keep his name? She goes, I just didn't want to do paperwork.
Another guy in the family that left.
That was an alcoholic gambleaholic who destroyed the family fortune, and my grandma divorced.
Well, you like to gamble.
I do.
That's good.
And you won.
Yeah, I know. So I guess it all kind of played out right.
So it's fun to gamble in life. I mean, in life, yeah, but not with your finances. And that's why, speaking of our brand deal, Upstart.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah. And that's why I really like Upstart for sponsoring this podcast. During these tough times, everyone is looking for a way to feel more financially secure. And if you're still throwing money every month at high interest credit card debt, it's time you checked out Upstart, the revolutionary online lending platform that knows you're more than just a credit score. Now is the time to find out how low your Upstart rate can be to help pay off high interest credit card debt.
Unlike other lenders, Upstart can reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter rate. But you don't need a degree or diploma to apply. Upstart lets you skip going to the bank because it's completely online. They offer loans from $1,000 to $50,000 so you can consolidate your debt into one easy fixed rate payment.
That's big money. Upstart makes it fast and simple to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull, it won't affect your credit score. The hard pull happens if you accept your rate and proceed with your application. The best part, if the loan is approved and accepted, most people get their funds the very next business
That's
day.
a lot of money really fast.
Yeah.
So over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. Free yourself from the burden of high interest credit card debt and get back to using your money your way with Upstart.
See why the fuck Upstart has 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot. And hurry up to upstart.com/record, R-E-C-O-R-D, to find out how low your Upstart rate can be. So if your shit's all fucked up and you want to clean it up, go check it out. Upstart.com/record, R-E-C-O-R-D.
Record.
So I found this out 2 years ago when my grandma was still alive. She had Alzheimer's, so she probably forgot the fact that I had a tattoo anyway. But we had this conversation, and I was able to ask her, like, why didn't you ever change it? And she was actually able to answer it, so her mind was kind of still sharp. Yeah, she was just like, yeah, I didn't, back then it's just, you don't get divorces, first of all, and then second, it's just difficult to go to the courts and like get it changed legally. And I was like, you were in America for like over a decade, how come you didn't do it here? She goes, I don't want to pay the lawyer fees.
It's a lot of fucking time and money, man. Fuck that, I wouldn't do that either.
Right?
Do you have any advice for your kids about tattoos, since you have learned so many things about them?
Hell nah, do whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck it, huh?
You don't
Yeah,
have
and
any
then-
advice, especially knowing this?
Because I feel like,
No regrets?
no,
Not even one.
it makes for a good story,
It does make for a good story.
right? And you'll also realize how fucking dumb you are, because something that's so like meaningful and all that shit, like,
And permanent?
right, so like I was living a lie, right? I fucking put this shit on, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm representing my grandma. And then she's like, actually, that was my divorced husband, but it's cool. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Like,
hell.
She could have lied
whole
to
lot
you.
of bad
It
decisions
made you
here,
feel
man.
like it was worthwhile to get that tattoo.
Actually, that name brings me pain.
I'm like, I'm honoring my grandma. She's like, that's actually not my last name. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me this? She goes, I still love him.
Oh, fuck.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah, so, and then my mom was like, I don't mind it, like it's my last name, and then my dad was good to me. So I was, but
that's good.
my intentions were just fucked because that's not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
And yours is like, we're all bitches or something?
His tattoo is I'm afraid of everybody.
So that's the
Makes me laugh every time.
So that's the lesson.
Show him.
That's the lesson that I would teach people, or at least my kids. Don't use Google Translate.
Yeah.
No, do it. So we have stories like
Don't
this.
use Google Translate. At least back in those days, they didn't have. It was not grammatically correct,
It's still pretty fucked up now.
and it was a random white guy in North Carolina that was like, "I'm just gonna trust you on this."
Oh no.
At least his line
Good.
work is very clean. Like he was a good tattooer.
Yeah,
looks
it's good.
But I also got it with my best friend at the time. We're not best friends anymore. You got two dudes that got matching tattoos that are wrong.
God, I'm so glad I never got the tattoos I wanted when I was young.
Who would you have gotten?
That's the one thing. Like when you're young, you get the stupidest.
I'm dumb as shit.
I probably get stupid shit right now, and that's probably why I just stopped getting tattoos altogether.
Remember we were gonna get koalas in Australia?
I don't think I would have regretted.
I wanted that one. I really wanted that one. I don't.
What stopped you guys? I remember that conversation.
We literally
I
spent
went
like
with you guys. I was just like, okay, we're gonna visit.
5 miles.
yeah, then you know why we didn't get it.
Well, you know why?
There wasn't any good. The shops were horrible, and it was all The Apprentice there.
But it's for the memory now.
holiday.
Yeah, it's for the memory now, and I'm like, I would have happily had a fucked
We
up.
should have got shit tattoos, but I think we were like too
snobby.
We were kind of tattoo snobs, you know? And I don't think Gio had her tattoo
Not yet.
So for her first one, she wanted
Yeah.
something super
That's
legit.
right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I
you don't
was
wanna-
kind of like at this phase where I was learning to tattoo too, so I was like, or I just learned, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
We
fucking
fucked
around.
up. We should.
We should have got. You just fucking went for it.
You should have just got it in English, and then you kind of would have known what was going on.
The translation on I'm scared of
You
everyone.
didn't even get it in Chinese.
English and not Australian.
What is it?
It's Japanese.
Japanese.
So he couldn't read it.
We're trying to be fair.
He could read Chinese.
So my best friend was Korean. I'm Chinese.
It's so funny.
We're trying to get like, so this is like a 18-year-old thought process, right? Where you're like, you're two best friends, and you're like, all right, we gotta get something matching to represent like a warrior spirit that we share, we both love. All right, but we can't get it in Chinese because that's unfair. It's like biasing me. We can't get it in Korean because then that's biasing towards you. What's like a middle ground? Like, oh, Japanese is kind of in the middle. Cool, and now it's a language that both of us don't know.
I fucking hate you guys. This is the most upsetting shit. The whole process is a struggle.
And then, can you imagine like two Asian guys that show up to a tattoo shop, like a random like tattoo shop in North Carolina, and they're like, "Okay, you guys want matching tattoos?"
Well, they didn't. They probably didn't even question.
You can write Chinese, right?
Yeah.
And you even know that the order of which the lines are written changes like the stroke pattern, and it doesn't change the word, but it can make it incorrect.
Yeah.
So you got it from a white guy that doesn't know the order of which it's done?
No. I mean, I printed it out on a really nice inkjet printer, so I didn't think it could be wrong.
Oh my god.
But he was just copying it, and the printer messed up.
Oh,
The printer.
That's right.
Got it.
And you know how he found out? It's when my mom read that and she was like, "Who's he afraid of?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "That thing says, I don't think that's right." And I was telling him, she goes, "You told him? Like, he's gonna have to live with that."
Oh,
I'm like,
You laughed though, right?
What do you mean?
You laughed when you found out.
Oh, then yeah. I mean, by that time, like me and Joe have already embarrassed ourselves beyond belief. Like we were Uncle Sam, Uncle Chim. Like
so it made it really good.
it didn't even fucking matter. But if it was like in my days where I'm trying to be a cool guy, I probably would privately cried my brains out.
That's the best thing about it though, is that the people who would cry about it now, I feel so bad for those people.
Yeah.
Because it's such a great thing that you can laugh at.
Yeah.
I wonder.
like they'll get a tattoo and it says bitch. But they're like, man, it means warrior.
They're like, wait, no, I'm not a bitch. Come on, man. I'm not a bitch. Like those guys are my
Yeah.
favorite.
Immediately like Googling like laser tattoo removal.
Yes. Yes. So they cannot be a bitch now.
Yeah.
Because now they're tagged as a bitch.
Yeah.
I feel like tattoos now, it's pretty common to the point where it's a part of fashion and clothing and culture, and it doesn't have the same stigma that we had growing up. Cause like my first real girlfriend, where like she lived with me and everything. I was like 19, she was like in her early 20s, and she was sleeved up, and that was like pretty big for early 2000s.
That's gangster. That's gangster stuff.
Yeah, and I would tell, one lesson I learned is I would tell if I had a daughter, do not get a tramp stamp of your ex's name in graffiti font on your fucking lower back.
Blind, but it just says Jitsukawa and
No, it says like
Her ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend's
Oh,
first
it's not
name.
even you. Oh.
So I didn't like the doggy style.
I wouldn't either.
Because I looked down and I'm like, that's a nice booty, but that's also somebody's name.
Just don't get any significant other's names, period.
Don't get names at all.
I got my sister's name, that's fine. Like, she can't unsister me.
Get your own name.
No, that's stupid, because it's like, what, did you forget your own name? Like,
Yeah, like me.
I'm beginning to think tattoos aren't a very good idea.